Right, Goku and Teen Titans Episode 2, the Five Hive, and a +1. Let's get to it. After their brutal battle with Radix and Blackfire, the Teen Titans had become an unstoppable force in Jump City. Their teamwork was seamless. Goku's moveset versatility, Robin's tactical precision, Cyborg's tech mastery, Beast Boy's adaptability, Raven's magic, and Starfire's energy blast made them a nightmare for any villain foolish enough to even challenge them. Bank robbers, handled before the police even arrived. Light alien invasions, crushed before the Justice League even needed to step in. Even interdimensional threats like demonic minions weren't safe. The city had never been safer. Goku had grown into his role as co-leader, balancing Robin's structured plans with his own instinctive heroics. The team had been even developed signature combo moves: Cyborg's Sonic Cannon, amplified by Raven's magic; Beast Boy's animal forms working in tandem with Starfire's aerial assaults; and Goku's Booyah Blast served as the ultimate finisher on the strongest of opponents. But despite their dominance, one enemy continued to elude them: Slade Wilson, the mercenary known as Deathstroke. No matter how many criminals the Titans put away, Slade remained a ghost in the shadows. He never fought them directly. Instead, he manipulated events from afar, hiring or blackmailing other villains to do his dirty work. He had sent Cinderblock to attack the docks, only for Goku to smash him into the Bay Harbor. He unleashed Dr. Light on the city, but Raven's magic nullified his photonic blast. Even when he teamed up with Brother Blood, the Titans dismantled the code after Robin's investigation skills. Slade wasn't just testing them, he was studying them. Every failed attack was another data point, another weakness to exploit. And now, after months of patience, he was ready to strike back harder than ever. The Teen Titans had grown arrogant. Slade mused, watching security footage on their latest victory. Time to remind them what real danger looks like. After another successful mission, a bank heist thwarted in under 2 minutes, the Titans decided to unwind with a pool party at their tower. Beast Boy turned into a dolphin, splashing around everywhere. Cyborg blasted music from his built-in speakers while manning the grill. Starfire floated above the water, sipping a smoothie on a floaty. Raven sat under an umbrella pretending she wasn't enjoying herself, though a small smirk betrayed her. And Robin was, well, Robin. He was there, but still brooding into his notes on where he believed Slade would appear next, while Goku, meanwhile, was engaging in eating and stacking empty plates at an alarming rate. "You guys realize we still have to patrol, right?" Robin reminded them. "Relax, man," Cyborg laughed. After the week we've had, we've earned this." Little did they know their greatest challenge was being assembled at this moment. While the Titans celebrated, Slade was putting the final pieces of his anti-Titan squad together. They were all falling into place. Jinx, a hexer whose bad luck hexes could turn the tide of battle. Gizmo, a tech prodigy capable of hacking even cyborg systems. Mammoth, a brute who was almost strong enough to challenge Goku in raw strength. And Billy Numerous, a duplicator who could overwhelm them with numbers. Enchantress was a mystical wildcard whose powers even rivaled Raven's. And then there was the sixth member, someone Slade had been saving for the right moment. "He's late," Slade muttered, checking his communicator. Then a shadow fell over them. "No, I'm right on time." The figure stepped forward, a warrior clad in dark robes, his green skin and pointed ears marking him as something otherworldly. "You're sure that bastard will be there?" the stranger asked. Slade smirked beneath his mask. "Oh, he'll be there, Piccolo, and you'll get your revenge." We then get a flashback to Piccolo before he went to meet up with Slade. Far from Jump City in the war-torn nation of Kahndaq, a lone figure stood atop a pyramid. Piccolo, possibly the last of the entire demon clan, knelt before his adopted father, Teth Adam, more known as the mighty Black Adam. "You have trained well, my son," Adam rumbled, "but training means nothing without purpose." Piccolo's crimson eyes burned with quiet fury. "My purpose is simple, father. Vengeance. The Saiyan took my real father's life, and I will take his in return." Black Adam nodded. "Then go. Test your strength against these so-called heroes. And if his allies stand in your way, crush them. But come back here alive, because I will need you when Kondak declares war on the other nations." The demon nodded, and with that, Piccolo took to the skies, his black cape billowing behind him. His destination, Jump City. His target, Goku. And this time, the Titans wouldn't see him coming. We then jumped to a frozen wasteland. Goku's boots crunched against the icy terrain as he touched down in the Arctic, his breath forming mist in the frigid air. Superman stood waiting, his cape billowing in the wind. "Took you long enough," Clark said with a smirk. "Hey, I was in the middle of a noodles contest with Beast Boy," Goku grinned, rubbing the back of his head. "So what's the big emergency?" Superman's expression turned serious. "No emergency. But after what Radix said about our people, I thought it was time we got some answers." Goku raised an eyebrow. "Answers from where?" "Clark, we're in the middle of nowhere." Clark turned toward the horizon, where a massive crystalline structure shimmered in the distance. "From my past, the Fortress of Solitude." Goku's eyes widened. "Whoa, this is your secret base." "More like a library," Superman said, floating upward. Come on. There's something you need to see." With that, the two brothers soared through the air toward the fortress, the icy winds behind them. Inside the fortress, Superman led Goku to a towering holographic console, the Kryptonian Archives, a repository of all known history from his home world. "Computer," Clark commanded, "access historical records on the Saiyan race and their connections to Krypton." The AI's voice echoed through the chamber, assessing, cross-referencing known Saiyan historical data. A massive holographic projection flickered to life, displaying two planets orbiting a red sun, Krypton and planet Vegeta. "Whoa," Goku muttered, stepping closer. "The alliance of the two worlds," the computer narrated. Krypton and planet Vegeta existed in the same star system, bound by necessity. Kryptonians were scientists, engineers, and philosophers. The Saiyans were warriors, conquerors, but both were under the rule of the tyrant known as Frieza. Goku frowned. "So our people work together," Superman crossed his arms. "Technically, but it was more like Frieza forced them to." The hologram shifted, following Frieza's empire, a vast intergalactic regime built on slavery and destruction. Bardock and Jor-El, they were the defiant ones. Then something shocked and appeared, an image of Goku's father, Bardock, standing beside a familiar face, Jor-El, Superman's birth father. "Wait, our dads knew each other?" Goku blurted. The computer continued. "Bardock was a low-class Saiyan warrior, but unlike his brethren, he questioned Frieza's rule. Jor-El, Krypton's greatest scientist, secretly shared his concerns about his cautions to Bardock after the Saiyan and his crew had saved him from a reactor explosion as the security for that base. And especially after King Vegeta was executed." Hold on. He told Bardock that their two races were putting in the most work for Frieza, but that was putting a target on their backs, especially after King Vegeta was executed for planning a rebellion with the House of Zod. Superman's jaw tightened, so Frieza was planning to wipe them out. The lie that then he told the lie that doomed the two worlds. The hologram changed again, showing Frieza addressing the Saiyan elite. "Your red sun is dying," Frieza lied smoothly. "Krypton has already fallen. Soon Vegeta will follow, but fear not. I will relocate the Saiyan race to a new home." Bardock, however, wasn't fooled. "That's when my father sent me away." Goku realized this. They sent his son to which was known as Earth. Superman's eyes widened. "That's why your pod's design is similar to mine. Our fathers, they worked together to save us." Then the computer tells them about the fall of their two planets. The final images were devastating. Krypton exploded first. Frieza had ruptured the planet's core, and Jor-El barely had time to launch Kal-el's pod. Planet Vegeta was next. Frieza no longer needed the Saiyans, so he annihilated the planet himself in a single cataclysmic blast. Goku clenched his fists, so Radix was right about some things, but he didn't know that Frieza was the one that destroyed our people. Superman placed a hand on Goku's shoulder. Our fathers gave us a chance. Now it's up to us to stop him when that time comes. A long silence followed. Then Goku grinned. Well then, guess we've got a space tyrant to punch someday. Clark smirked. I couldn't have said that better myself. Goku and Superman stood in silence, the weight of their discovery pressing down on them. A being capable of destroying planets with his finger. Someone who had already wiped out both of their races. You think he'll come here? Goku asked, uncharacteristically serious. Superman's jaw tightened. If he finds out that there are survivors, especially one strong enough to oppose him, then it's only a matter of time. Goku clenched his fist. Then I gotta get stronger, a lot stronger. And Clark nodded. Agreed, but for now we keep this between us. The League shouldn't go into a panic of something that isn't coming towards us yet, and neither should the Titans. Goku exhaled sharply. Yeah, but if Frieza ever shows up, I'm throwing the first punch. Superman smirked. I'll hold you to that. Before they could dwell further, Goku's communicator buzzed. Cyborg's face popped up on the screen. Yo, Goku, we got a situation. New villains are tearing up downtown. Get back here ASAP. Goku grinned, tension melting away. Be there in a flash. Superman raised an eyebrow. Trouble? Just the usual, Goku said, already powering up for flight. Villains picking fights that they can't win. Clark crossed his arms, and Goku tapped on the shoulder. And with that, he blasted off towards the Titan's tower, leaving a sonic boom in his wake. Goku landed in the tower's command center, where the rest of the Titans were gathered around a massive holographic screen. Live footage showed a group of costumed delinquents wreaking havoc, blasting cars, flipping trucks, and laughing like they were at a carnival. Who are these guys? Goku asked, cracking his knuckles. Robin scowled. No ID yet, but they're calling themselves the Hive Five. Starfire hovered closer, eyes narrowed. They appeared to be enjoying themselves. Raven groaned. Why do villains always have to be so dramatic? Cyborg slammed his fist into his palm. Enough chit-chat. Let's just go shut him down. Beast Boy jumped up. Finally. And with that, the team suited up and headed out. Goku leading the charge with a wide grin. The Titans touched down in the middle of the ruined street. Debris still smoldering from the Hive Five's rampage. The villains turned in unison, grinning like they just won the lottery. A pink-haired girl, clearly the leader, stepped forward, twirling the lock of her hair around her finger. Took you long enough, she purred. We were starting to think you chickened out. Goku crossed his arms. Nah, we just like making an entrance. The hulking brute of the group, Mammoth, cracked his knuckles. Yeah, well, your next entrance will be in a hospital. Robin's eyes darted between them. You wanted us here? Why? The tech whiz of the group, Gizmo, cackled, floating on his drone. Because Slade said you'd come running if we made some noise. Slade, Cyborg growled. Figures. The duplicator, Billy Numerous, split into dozens of copies, already grinning. And now that you're here, we get to have some fun. Goku smirked as well, stepping forward. It'll be fun stomping you, that's for sure. Goku locked eyes with the pink-haired girl Jinx, who barely came up to his chest. He grinned down at her. 6 against 5. Looks like you're outnumbered. Jinx smirked. Not the least bit intimidated. Oh, monkey boy, maybe you should count again. And before Goku could react, a shadow fell over the battlefield. A deep, guttural voice echoed above. She's right. You should. The Titans looked up, and their blood ran cold. Piccolo hovered above them, arms crossed, his crimson eyes burning with vengeance. Now it's 6 on 6. Jinx said sweetly, fair's fair, and before Goku could even respond to Jinx, a green fist rocketed to his chest with explosive force, launching him straight through a skyscraper. Concrete and steel shattered as he crashed into the building's core, dust billowing around him. The Titans gasped. Goku! Starfire shouted, ready to fly after him until the Hive stepped forward. Then Goku emerged, rolling his shoulders, scuffed up with a grin. Okay, that one actually hurt. His eyes locked onto his attacker. Towering, emerald skin, draped in a flowing black cape. Crimson eyes burned with cold fury. Piccolo, Goku said, voice low. The Namekian smirked. Don't be too surprised. You shouldn't be. You didn't think that King Piccolo's legacy died with him, did you? Goku cracked his neck. Nah, I just figured I'd have more time before his kid came for revenge. Piccolo's fist glowed with ki. Well, time's up, and your time has come to an end. With that, they vanished, reappearing mid-air as their fists collided, shockwaves rippling across the city. While Goku locked in battle against Piccolo, the Titans had no choice but to split up and handle the Hive Five. Cyborg would take on Gizmo. Cyberized human dodged a barrage of drones reflecting laser blasts. You're just a bad kid with toys. Beast Boy took on Mammoth. Gorilla's fists clashed against raw muscle as the shapeshifter gritted his teeth. Big guy's got a mean right hook. Robin versus Jinx. Batarangs collided with magic, making them go haywire, and explosives lit up the sky. Jinx smirked. Oh, pretty light show. Raven versus Enchantress. A dark energy swirled as the two sorceresses clashed. Your magic is reckless, Raven hissed, and your ki is suppressed. And yours is suppressed. And your magic is suppressed. We should bring that out of you, she said with a grin. Starfire took on Billy Numerous. A swarm of duplicates surrounded her, but Starfire just grinned. There are many of you, but none are a threat. Every Titan was holding their own, but their eyes kept flickering toward the earth-shattering impacts of the earth-shaking impacts of Goku and Piccolo's battle. He's fine, Robin murmured, more to himself than anyone. He's always fine. But this time, was he really? Gizmo cackled on as his drone swarm buzzed around Cyborg like mechanical hornets. Let's see how your outdated hardware handles my upgrades. He fired a barrage of micro missiles, forcing Cyborg to raise his sonic cannon. Boom! The explosion locked the street as Cyborg emerged, armor scorched, but intact. Kid, I was built by Star Labs. You're playing in the big leagues now. Gizmo's grin faltered as Cyborg's arm cannon whirled to life, unleashing a sonic pulse that sent drones crashing to the ground. The little genius yelled, scrambling for a backup device, only for Cyborg to slam his fist into his chest plate, sending him skidding across the pavement. Game over, Cyborg smirked. Starfire hovered in the air, surrounded by dozens of Billy Numerous's copies, all grinning identically. What's wrong? Can't decide which one to hit? Starfire's eyes glowed emerald green. I do not need to. With the battle cry, she unleashed a 360-degree starbolt barrage, vaporizing clones left and right. The real Billy yelped as he dove like a comet, grabbing him by the collar mid-air. You are the original, she declared, before spinning and slamming him into the ground. The remaining clones powdered out of existence as Billy groaned. Note to self, don't piss off the alien princess. Mammoth roared, charging like a rhino. I'll crush you, pipsqueak. Beast Boy smirked, then shifted into a gorilla, meeting Mammoth's charge with a two-fisted slam. The impact cracked the pavement beneath him. Beast Boy smirked, then shifted into a gorilla. Beast Boy smirked. Big talk, Beast Boy grunted, and shifted into a T-Rex, chumping down on Mammoth's shoulder. The brute howled and then swung wildly. But Beast Boy turned into a flea, hopping off before shifting again into an elephant and trampling Mammoth into the concrete. Mammoth groaned, dazed. Cheater. Beast Boy reverted, dusting his hands off. Nah, just smarter. The air itself rippled with arcane energy as Raven and Enchantress faced off. Your magic is undisciplined, Raven said coldly, deflecting a curse with a flick of her wrist. Enchantress sneered. Yours is boring. She hurled a chaos bow, but Raven caught it in her palm, crushing it into black mist. Azeroth Metreon Zinthos, Raven chanted, her shadow tendrils lashing out, wrapping around Enchantress like chains. The witch shrieked as her own magic rebounded her, sealing her into a dark prison. Raven exhaled. That was too easy. Jinx twirled a strand of pink hair, smirking. Oh, the leader. Let's see how lucky you are. Robin's sticks crackle with electricity. Luck has nothing to do with it. Jinx snapped her fingers, and the street light above Robin shattered, the debris just missing as he flipped away. She pouted. Lucky dodge. Robin lunged, his strikes methodical, precise, but Jinx's hex magic made the ground crumble under his feet. Pipes bursting open to spray water into his face. Give up yet? Jinx teased. Robin wiped his face, then vanished like a smoke bomb. Then vanished in a smoke bomb. Jinx blinked. Wham! A kick from behind sent her tumbling. Before she could react, Robin's staff jammed into her back, sending a shockwave of electricity through her. Jinx spasmed before collapsing, groaning. Okay, maybe you are that good. Robin cuffed her. Told you. No luck involved. The dust cleared as Goku and Piccolo stood amidst the wreckage of their first clash, the air crackling with tension. The green-skinned warrior's crimson eyes burned with cold fury, his black cape billowing behind him like a vengeful specter. You took everything from me, Goku. Piccolo growled, his voice dripping with barely contained rage. My father and my legacy. Today I repay that debt in blood. Goku wiped a trickle of blood from his lip. His usual grin was absent. Your dad brought that on himself. He hurt innocent people. You shouldn't want to follow that path. Piccolo's hands ignited with a swirling, violent ki. I don't care about the sins of my father. I just know that he died, and your life should be forfeit because of it. With a roar, he vanished, reappearing in front of Goku with a devastating hammer fist that cratered the ground beneath him. Goku barely blocked, skidding back before retaliating with a flurry of punches. Each impact sent shockwaves rippling through the battlefield, shaking the city blocks around them. Piccolo smirked mid-brawl. Yeah, you are definitely stronger than my father, but so am I. Suddenly his arm elongated, stretching like a rubber to wrap around Goku's throat before slamming him into a nearby building. Goku gasped as concrete shattered around him, but his eyes blazed with determination. Yeah, not bad, Goku coughed, forcing himself upright. But if you want to avenge your old man, you're going to have to hit harder than that. Piccolo's smirk faded into a snarl. Gladly, the two warriors erupted into motion again, their battle escalating into a city-shaking duel of speed, power, and sheer will. And that's where we're going to be leaving things off. Let me know what you guys think. Go on.